Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I will be picking out a dress, African print dress to be exact, from a store, a very known store, Citytrends. And this dress specifically is $14.99, and I will be trying to use it to make 3 or 2 matching pieces of clothing for my daughter and me, and I may even throw something in for my husband. I will know by the end of this video posting. But so I basically bought this and now it is here, and I just wanted to show you guys how it looks, the before, and it also came with this pretty cool head wrap. So for me, I see that as an extra piece of fabric if I need it. And once again, this was only $14.99. Now this is known as a free size, as you guys can see at the top, so it's kind of like a one size fit all, or you know, get it if you fit it type thing. But I will also be bringing it in on the sides for myself as well. And I thought of many things that I could do, like a skirt or a short dress, but I decided to go with the option of a long-tailed shirt. So the way that I'm going to be achieving that for myself is really simple. This is the easiest part. It's so easy it shouldn't be that easy. So what I'm going to do is basically cut it at a slant, and I thought about just going cold turkey and cutting right into this, but I decided that it is best that I take my time and chalk it up. So if you guys don't have a piece of chalk, you can use like a pencil eraser or even pins to just pin it across to know exactly where you want that cut to be. Now I'm so used to making sure that my cuts are even and they go all the way around, I kind of had to reanalyze. So you see me just trying to make sure that I'm actually going slanted in a organized way. So I decided to come from the back and go up to meet that line that I created, to make sure that I get that nice long piece that I want. Now at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and take the risk to cut it. I think that I love the way that it looks. It looks all nice and even to me. So that's what we did, and I'm just going to lift it up so you guys could see how that bottom piece looks, and I'm going to fold it and put it away, because this part only needs to be hemmed at the bottom and it's done. But I'm going to also take it in, so you'll see that when I get to that part. Now there could be a free pattern way for you to do this, to just do it the same way that you see me do for my infant at the end. But for my toddler, I decided to make a dress using a dress that she already had as a pattern to trace out. So I'm going to just take off my hanger and lay it on top of this fabric. Well, now it's fabric because it's no longer a dress. But I'm going to lay it on top of the fabric to see the way that I want to trace it. And I found the best way to do it is just to lay it flat on its back and trace it that way. Now with my chalk, I know that this dress is actually a 6-month dress, and I didn't remember that until halfway through me tracing it. So I decided to just do it a bit bigger than what it shows here, and I tried to get it as long as possible without getting a odd shape. So I just have to stop where my hand is and do that half circle to get that flare at the bottom for her a little bit. I'm just going to go ahead and cut it out. The bottom is the easiest part because it kind of was pre-selected for us. And then I'm going to cut bigger than what my chalk says, because once again, I remember that this dress, even though she can fit it, is a stretched 6-month shirt that stretches a bit. And this is cotton fabric that doesn't give you much room. So you want to make sure that if you are tracing something that is stretchy, that you give it a bit extra space, because it doesn't give you much room to stretch or to have space. Now after that, I also have this bucket on the floor that you guys saw me lift up for all of my non-reusable scraps that I can't really do much with. I just put them to the side. And this is me just trying to make sure that it is lined up evenly and making sure that I like the way that it looks. And I'm also going to work on the neckline some more. So as you guys can see, there is still a chalk line there, but I did not go by it specifically. You guys have space to change things around, to make it to your liking, to make it to your child's size. And I'm also going to have to move the top off, because you want the neckline on the front to be lower than the back, and you also want to make sure that there's enough neck space for their head to fit through. So I'm just trying to see the tailor and the way that I want her neckline to be. And I was thinking about cutting off the shoulders and just making a like a off shoulder top, but I'm sticking my ground, guys. I'm not changing my idea. We got this. So I'm gonna go and make sure that I like that neckline a little bit more. And I was thinking if I wanted to put a bow on here, I may still want to, or to add some elastic or a wrap around the waist to give the dress some texture or some flair. But just to give you guys the idea, I'll show you, but I may just do the dress simple and easy for those of you who are beginners and you just want to try this out. I can always go back and change it. I may even change it in the future to a long back, short front top as well as mine, and we all wear bottoms, but Isabel will be wearing the full dress. So that's me showing you guys to add some string fabric to make some ties in the back, kind of to like adjust it and make that cute little bow. When your kid is just running around, you'll see the bow with the 2 strings, but I didn't do that either. That was just me showing you guys the idea and me seeing if I wanted it, but I wasn't too crazy about it. So this is me now just tailoring my front collar, my front neckline, and pinning it in place for the sewing machine. But I decided that I believe I'm just going to go ahead and do the neckline as a fold. So fold over and sew, fold over and sew. You can pin it as well. And there's also the more professional way, if you guys are doing this for sales, where you would take a separate piece of collar or bias tape and do that around the neckline as well. Bias tape will be great for this part, but I'm going to make it quick and simple and try to only use this fabric that we have here. And now that I believe this is the back part is tailored, I'm going to go ahead and do my front as well. So all I'm doing is folding it over twice with a thin line and sewing over it. Fold it over twice and sew over it. Fold over and sew over. And you'll have a bit of a like a fold, but once you iron that out, it'll be nice and even. Now this is the underarm part where her arms would go through the dress. I'm just going to go ahead and serge those and fold it over and to create a nice, clean, professional look. Because one thing with my kids' clothes is that I know that they will outgrow it and I would like to donate it. More than likely, I probably won't be selling their things because God has blessed me with a lot of donations and I feel like I can do the same. But we shall see. We shall see what I do with the clothes. I don't know what I'll do. I don't know if I have another girl. Who knows? But I'm basically just working on those arms and you guys see me folding it over. I'm going to slide over to my sewing machine. And I don't know if I decided to move the camera. I don't know what was going on with that. Okay, there I go. I remembered, you guys. I didn't forget too long. So I'm going to fold over that seamed part and just make a nice, beautiful, clean hem. Now you guys don't have to do this. You can decide to zigzag stitch it and just leave it, or you guys can decide to do a double fold, but this is how clean and neat it looks. Very professional. Very professional. I love it. So we're going to do that for all 4 underarm parts. Fold over that serged part and sew it down with a straight stitch. A double needle would be great. I do have that, but I like to kiss it, keep it simple, stupid, and just keep it going to make it simple, especially when I'm just making my kids' clothes. So now that I have all of my underarms hemmed properly, I could go back to my serger and start to serge the shoulders and then the side seams as well. So this is me doing the side of the dress, a nice beautiful side seam. This is the other side of the dress, or is this the bottom? This is actually me serging the bottom. We both have serge bottoms. So after that, you guys see how nice and neat the bottom looks, and that's the underarm. We're going to go ahead and line the front and the back together, and this is the first shoulder piece. I love my serger, guys. I really recommend a soldier too. It is a soldier to me, but a serger if you want to take your business to the next level, if you want to take your channel to the next level, a serger is very, very, very amazing. And I'm going to go ahead and flip the dress inside out and show you guys. I tried to show you while sitting down, but I was like, you know what, let me just get up. Let me just get up, and I'm going to show you guys the dress, and that is how it looks. Her dress is completed unless you want to add something like a bow or some lace or anything like that. This will be the time to add it, but I'm going to leave it like that. This is actually my dress, my top, and all I have to do was hem the bottom. I'm not going to do a serge the bottom. I'm not going to do like a folded hem or anything. I'm just going to let that nice serge finish be what I use, because I absolutely love how it looks, and it's super easy. In literally less than like 10 minutes I was able to create my top. It was way less than 10 minutes. That was only a few minutes, but the top is the easiest part, and I accidentally over serged it, so I just cut the extra and burned it with the lighter, sealed it with that lighter, and my top is done and her dress is done. I'm going to go ahead and hang it for you guys so that you can see it, but I also remember that I wanted to hem this part and take it in a bit, so I went ahead and I cut it, and I'm just going to hem that side so that it hugs me a little bit more that it did, because it's a free size and I want it to fit me. And then I'm going to do the shoulders as well to make sure that it's not hanging too low. That's one shoulder piece. I cut the top of my shoulders to adjust that as well. This the other shoulder piece. Shoulder piece. And then I'm going to do the other side of my hips and waist. What I'm going to do is take a piece that I cut off earlier and make sure that those are even. And I already took my shirt in. So my shirt is now sealed at the bottom and taken in. I'm going to hang both of these up so that you guys could see. If you only have one daughter, this is done. You're finished. But we're going to do the other one for my newborn, my infant, because it's so much fabric. For this fabric, the cheapest you'll find it is maybe $10 to $15, and then it goes up much more. So to be able to find this dress that had about 2 or so yards on it is really nice. You can really do what you want to do with it, and it's less work because they already have finished edges and design created. So it's really up to you. So now I'm going to get started on my 4-month-old's outfit. So I know that I wanted to have sort of a short top with a scrunch to it with a bow on front. So I'm trying to see which part I want to be the bow and which part I want to be the actual top. I figured this shorter piece is nicer as a bow. And I'm going to cut off the piece that goes on the center to cover the unfinished part as well. The more even you have it, the easier it will be for you to actually work with the fabric. You won't have all these uneven pieces or anything like that. So this will be the part that actually goes in the middle of the bow to make it look nice. I feel like it's a bit too long for a nice rectangle, so I cut off a little bit more, and I'm satisfied with that. And I have my pieces ready to go on the sewing machine. So that's the 4 pieces that we need. We're going to go ahead and serge the bow. We're going to go around the rectangle. And this is the way that I do my squares, because I feel like I don't want the serger to bend or curve my sharp corners. And then we're at the end of it. I'm going to take it off and flip it inside out, and then that is the rectangle to our bow. Don't forget to cut off those ends if you guys decide to use your serger. And we're just going to close that bottom piece on the sewing machine later. And honestly, guys, if you're doing this for yourselves, you don't have to close it, but that's how the bow is going to look. And I realized I had the wrong piece, so I went back and got a long piece. And I thought about serging it, but the serger kind of has like a huge seam allowance part. So I went ahead and I did a straight stitch on my sewing machine, and I turned it inside out. Now for this, I'm just going to let you guys know I'm going to create a casing for the elastic because my phone was dying, so I put it on the charger for a little bit. So I ended up turning this inside out. All you have to do is clip your safety pin on it, and then push the safety pin through, and you turn that inside out. Or the hook from Joann's. I downloaded this list that tells me the measurements of a kid's torso, their upper arm, and different stuff like that when you're making things that involve elastic. And once you get the measurements, you take off about 2 to 4 inches depending on how stretchy and how fitted you want that elastic to be on the child. You want to make sure that you get it well so that it doesn't leave any whelps or marks or rub them wrong. So I'll have that link in the description below so you guys can get the measurements that you'll need to make literally everything. Bonnets, everything that deals with elastic, their upper arms, their forehead, their everything. It'll be on this list. But only for 2 to 12 years old, I believe, 2 to 14. So now that I have my elastic through, I'm going to go ahead and serge that in. And if you just wanted a halter top or like a shoulderless crop top, this is done. Or even if you just wanted a skirt, this is done. That was the easiest skirt, baby skirt ever. But we're going to turn it inside out, and that's it. That will be the top. But I decided that I wanted to add some sleeves to it. And I did not add the bow yet, so I don't know if I'll do that off camera. You guys probably really want to see that part. If you do, just let me know in the comments if it doesn't make this video, and I'll make another video. But this was kind of time consuming. It was like an hour and a half time because all of the recording and everything. So it was really late. I just wanted to try to get the video done for you guys. So this is me creating the sleeve. That was the first one that I created, and this is how I'm going to show you guys to do it. You basically do it like bias tape, where you fold it in half and you fold it in half again. But when you fold it in half, you want the ends to come into the middle, and then you fold it in half like that. We're going to sew those 2 open pieces together, and then that folded corner together with a straight stitch. And cut off those ends that if they're uneven, and you're going to attach it. Now the way that I'm going to attach this, and I also decided to do a cross back, is I'm going to zigzag stitch it on. So I zigzag stitched 2 pieces of it, and I liked it. And this is how the inside looks. It has that nice beautiful stitch, and all we did was a zigzag stitch. It looks like I was sticking on my middle finger, but that was the finger I had free. I was trying to get it to balance, to focus. So I basically did a zigzag stitch to attach my shoulder straps on, And that's pretty much it, unless you want to add the bow, and you're just going to create a bow and hand stitch that on. And that's it, you guys. So I think I'm going to try to add the bows later, but this is the pictures of us wearing it and a short video. If I could get Isabel to love this and have a bit of fun. And this is how it looks. This was pretty easy, and you guys, it only cost me $14.99, literally 15 bucks to create a whole family outfit. And if there's something that I could create for Ricardo, I will most definitely add it. But I thank you guys so much for watching. And if you guys have any requests or ideas or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. I thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys next week. Thank you so much, and have an awesome blessed day. Jesus love you, and we do too.